Hey, Mom. I just went and handed in yours and Dad's divorce papers. Grab all your things and get out of the house now.
What? You handed in our divorce papers?
I had a lot of time on my hands today, so I wanted to do something fun, and that's when I remembered something. And that something happened to be yours and Dad's divorce papers. So I went and took them to the courthouse.
That's your reasoning? What were you thinking, taking your own parents' divorce papers and handing them in like that, Zara?
Huh? What's with that attitude? Are you actually going to get mad at me now? You could never get mad at me.
What?
You're so weak that you'd never be able to get mad at your own daughter. And that's what makes you such a sad woman, and one who will never be seen as anything else in her daughter's eyes. You're supposed to be my mom, and yet you're the one who's afraid of me. How depressing, right?
That's because...
And now you're starting to freak out again because your daughter is giving it to you. Well, you need to stop freaking out, all right? I've already been skipping school all I've wanted. I got my hair dyed pink, as well as hung out with all those older boys. Give it up, you useless woman. You're not some kind of mother figure to me after letting me get away with doing all that crap.
You only have one mother, Zara, and that's me. But the fact that you were always throwing temper tantrums anytime I tried to work with you, and because you would always call me disgusting while out with your bad friends, and because you would even chase after me with all of those older friends of yours, I sometimes don't even want to be your mother.
I laughed so hard back when we did that to you. You are still so scared of us now that every time I see you, you look like you're going to cry. Maybe we were being a little too rough on you then.
Hey, Zara. What turned you into such a brat like that? Right now, you're never going to any of your classes anymore, even though that was the school you tried so hard to get into before.
Shut it, Mom. There's no point in me going to a private school like that anymore. I've tried all I could there to do well, but no matter how much I tried, my grades never went up. I'm getting tired of going there now. Who cares about studying all that crap anyway?
Are you kidding me?
Also, the friends that I have right now taught me all I need to know. They made it very clear to me that you don't need to go to school to have a good life. If anything, spending so much of your life studying is a waste of time and energy.
That's not the truth, though. Zara, when you were younger, didn't you want to become a doctor? If you put your time and effort into studying right now, you will be able to become a very respectable doctor.
The only reason I wanted to become a doctor was to get all that money, but I figured things out now. I have a father who is working for a very large company in a very high up position. As long as I have Dad around, I don't need to be making any money, right? In other words, there's no point in me wasting my time studying and working.
What? Are you wanting to become some kind of jobless loser now?
As long as I have Dad's money, why should I have to go out and work? There's no point to that. Yet every day you've been pestering me about going to school and studying for college. You're getting in the way of my happiness, so I want you out of my life now. And that's the reason why I'm having you and Dad divorced.
You can't be asking me to leave your life just because of that. I need to go to the courthouse right now and ask them to end the process of having us divorced. And then I'm going to have a word with your dad about this, and we'll see what has to be done with you. The three of us will sit down and have a long talk about what needs to happen with you, so that you don't end up like some jobless freeloader. If you don't want to study anymore, we can find something else for you to do with your time that will benefit you.
There's no point in talking to Dad now. Dad was the one who told me he wanted this divorce.
What?
I told Dad that I went and handed in those divorce papers for you both, and what do you think he said to that? You don't need some woman in your life that could never raise you properly, so this is perfect for the both of us.
No way. Your dad said that after you texted him?
And then he told me something. In order to keep you out of the police's hands, do what you want, but leave me out of it. Surprisingly, Dad is a very understanding man. So now that you're aware of things, I want you, a woman like you who can't even understand me, out of here. We don't need you in this family anymore.
If that's how things are going to be, then I'll go. Neither of you think of me as being important, so I'll leave. That's the only option I really have now. I'll go get my things together now and be out of this house as quick as possible.
Marie, I'm so happy to be in your family now.
And I'm so happy to have you as my daughter now. But are you really okay with me being your new mom? I am still a little nervous about becoming a part of your family now.
Hey, you don't have to be so nervous about us anymore. My dad and I both really want you to be our family now, so please stay with us. We would never want you to be on your own again. Unless this means you don't want to become part of our family?
That's not what I mean. Your dad is a very nice man, and you were such a cute daughter to me. So when you both said you wanted to become a part of my family forever, I was almost crying tears of joy at the news.
Then you can stop questioning how my dad and I feel about you and be our family now. You already married my dad, so you can't be anything else but our family.
That's very true, Michaela. Then please, take very good care of me as your new mom, alright?
I will. I want you to know that I really respect the person you are, Marie. Not only is your cooking the best, but you also bake some of the best cakes. And that's not all I respect about you, because you also happen to work full-time while catering to us. When I become an adult and don't have to go to school anymore, I want to become a woman and mother like you.
You don't have to praise me so much like that, Michaela. I'm not as amazing as you might think I am. So please, don't feel like you need to respect me that much just yet.
Please don't talk about yourself like that. I've already heard everything from my dad about you. You're currently making more money than he is every year. You've also been getting promoted and things like that a lot more often than my dad has. You're such a cool role model for me.
All of those things are just coincidences. Everyone within the company is so very kind to me, and they're always talking to my higher-ups about how good of an employee I am. There are plenty of people that I work with who are far better than me, yet they always make it seem like I'm the one who needs the promotions.
And when it comes to the house, you're such a cleaning machine. It's almost like you've worked as a housemaid or something like that before. But those are all the reasons why I really love you, Marie. Now, since today is the anniversary of when you first met my dad, let's all eat some really fancy food. I'll make sure to come and join you in the kitchen today to help out.
Thank you so much, Michaela. I think today I'll start working on making some of your most favorite foods, and then we can enjoy it together. I'm so sorry. I'm getting a call right now, so I'll talk with you in a little bit. Once I'm off the phone, I'll come right home and we can spend the rest of the day together, okay?
Hey! This is your dang daughter calling, so pick up the dang phone. People like you are so freaking slow.
What? Is that you, Zara? What do you want with me? It's been 2 years now since you last talked with me.
I have something I wanted to ask you, and that's why I've been trying to call you. What is this about you becoming my dad's boss? Since when did you get promoted to that position?
What?
I heard about this from Dad. He told me that his new boss turned out to be you, of all people. Was he being serious?
Wait a second. What do you mean I'm his new boss? Your dad is a company director, is he not? So how could he have become one of my subordinates?
Dad went and quit his job at that last company. Then he went and helped out one of his friends start a new company.
What? Is that right?
But that company didn't end up doing so well, so it fell apart within a few months. So the only choice he had after that was to find a new job. He joined a new company, and that's when he found out you are his boss.
Now that you mention it, just last week a man in his early 50s entered the company and has started to work for us. But recently I've been out of the office, so I had no clue who it was. Could that man really be your father?
Why the hell is someone as weak as you in a position to be calling yourself my dad's boss? There is something completely messed up about that. Back when you got married to my dad, all you were was some simple office worker, right?
Back when I married your father, I was really worried about you, so I couldn't focus on my job all too much. There were plenty of times your school would call me in the middle of my workday and ask me to come get you, so I was never able to stick around long enough to gain the company's trust. But once you allowed your father and I to get that divorce, I was able to put all of my time and energy into work, and that's really helped me out a ton. And since then, I've received plenty of promotions.
Huh? I don't care how much time and effort you've been able to spend on work. You should not be my dad's boss. How could you do something like that in only 2 years?
And that is why I really appreciate this company a whole bunch. A lot of the other employees here have all praised me for the work I've put in, which has led to all my promotions. Of course, me being very weak-minded and worried all the time, I never wanted to make any mistakes and would take a lot of time double-checking and triple-checking all of my work. And over time, I was able to perfect triple-checking everything, and that efficiency soon led to me being very fast and precise. Because of that, it didn't take long for me to find my way into the position I have now.
So you're telling me you're lucky for being so worried all the time? Tell me how much you're making every year. You're my dad's boss after all. So that means you have to make around $100,000 every year, right?
What?
Come on now, tell me how much you're making every year. Do you have $100,000 on you right now? Are you still poor? Tell me.
I am making more than $100,000 a year.
All right then. If that's the case, then I think things can turn out all right for me. From now on, I'll make an important offer to come out and see you again.
What?
You haven't been able to meet my dad or I since the divorce, right? And I'm sure as my mom, never being able to meet me for the last 2 years has been hell, right? So I'll be kind to you this time and allow you to meet me once a month. What do you think? I bet you're so happy to hear this great news, right?
What's gotten into you? Why would you want to meet me now of all times? You hated me so much before that you kicked me out of the house and the family, right?
I sure did hate you that much, but if you have money now, things have changed. Because of Dad's stupidity letting all his money go to waste on that failed company, we don't have much money at all. Now I can never go out and see my friends, and I have to sit around the house all day with nothing to do.
What? You're not working at all right now? Last year was your last year of high school, right?
You think I'd really want to do something as boring as work? This is why I'm asking you to support me financially now, please and thank you. In order to come and see me, you have to pay a fee of $1,000 every time.
$1,000?
You're making over $100,000 a year now, so $1,000 should be nothing to you, right? You were forced into a divorce and had to lose both your husband and your daughter, right? I bet every day since then you've been so lonely and depressed. If you want to see your cute little daughter again, you have to pay me $1,000. I'm her only daughter, though. What? To Marie, the only cute little daughter she has is me. I don't think she has any other daughter that's worth spending $1,000 to go and see. So would you please stop talking to my mom like that? Huh? Who the hell are you? I'm Marie's daughter. Your mom went and married my dad just last year. So that makes her my mom now and no longer yours. And that means I'm her only daughter now. Huh? What do you mean she married your dad? I've never heard anything about that. Well, of course you never heard anything about it because you're not our family. I heard all kinds of stories from Marie about how she had to suffer through hell with the last family. But who would have thought that last family would be coming back asking her to pay them in order to see them again? You guys, and especially you, are far more toxic than I had first imagined. You? Who the hell do you think you are, talking to me like that? You aren't even related to my mom by blood, so shut your dang mouth. I will not sit here and listen to some little girl that was dragged into my mom's life by her daddy. But I'm the one sharing the same last name with her. So who cares that you both share the same blood? When you look at your family registry, you are no longer Marie's daughter, which means you are nothing to her now. You can use the excuse of being related to her by blood all you want, but to the US government, you are nothing but a stranger to her now. Huh? By the way, you can't use your blood relationship to her as any form of an excuse, since you went and kicked your own mother at the time out of her house. You're the one that wanted to cut ties to her, so stop trying to act like you have any say in her life now. If you cared so much about things like being related by blood, then why did you kick her out in the first place? What the hell? I want to know what you think you're doing talking to me like that. I will not listen to a bratty little creep like you just because you have a mom that makes over $100,000 a year. I never chose her to be my mother because of the money she makes. She's a very kind woman and someone I can view as a role model. My dad is also really happy with her, which in turn makes me really happy as well. That's why the three of us got together and I was asked if I wanted her to be my mother. And I said yes. You can't just become a family over a little discussion like that. I am related to that woman by blood, and I know deep down my mom wants to meet me right now. I bet you and your dad only want her to be your family for the money that she's making. Don't think you can call yourself her family over such a stupid reason as that. What did you say? I know she doesn't want to be your family because she should want to come back to me. I'm sure she'd love to pay $1,000 to come and be with me again. That's just the amount of love my mom has for me because she's my real mom.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to ever see your snarky ass ever again. And I'm not too sure I'm your real mother either.
What?
So would you shut your damn mouth and stop saying such horrible things to my daughter? I'm very upset with you right now, and if you say one thing more to her, I'm going to find you and make you wish you never had any fingers that allowed you to text. But that would tire me out having to go out and deal with you again. So leave us be and go back to the miserable life you found yourself in now.
You don't want to see me. What? Is this you again, Mom?
This is me again, Zara. I just got my phone back from my daughter. She was getting so frustrated that I was worried she'd break my phone. She's that kind of person when she gets upset after all.
Wait, Mom? You're joking about not wanting to see me again, right? I'm your real daughter after all. It would be extremely screwed up of you to not want to see the daughter you worked so hard for ever again, right?
I'm alright with it being screwed up. I don't want to see something that I don't want to see. The only one who wants to meet here is you, and that's only because you want my money.
What?
If that's the case, you should be paying me to have me come out and see you. I'd be the one having to spend my valuable time with someone I could care less about seeing. And honestly, that time would be better spent with family or at work. So if you'd like, I'll be the one to allow you to meet with me for only $2,000. So what's it gonna be, Zara?
Wait a sec. What's going on here? There's something off about you now. What happened to my mom? You're supposed to be quiet and reserved all the time, right?
You want the mom that's always worried and weak-minded, right? Let me ask you this. What happened to Zara? The one who always acted like she was the queen, and like everyone should be working for her. I'm still that worried and weak-minded woman I've always been. However, thanks to there being luck on my side, I began to learn how to deal with my weaknesses. But that doesn't mean I'm not worried anymore. I still do fear a lot of things, and those things do make me quiet. But right now, I have someone that I need to protect, and that's why I'm stepping up and making sure they do not get hurt. And that someone is my important little daughter, who I will not allow to be hurt by some monster that thinks they can pull a fast one on my family. She's crying right now because she's so upset, and seeing that makes me want to find and strangle you.
What has happened to you? I don't care that you've grown a little. You should not be a completely different person right now.
Seeing someone I love being hurt has drawn out the beast I kept inside. I understand more than anyone that normally I'm very reserved and worried about everything. But at times like this, I will throw all of that away and become a monster myself. So what was it again? You think that I'm so lonely right now that I'd pay $1,000 to meet you? Screw that. My money only goes to one place, and that's my family. Why the hell would I ever give up $1,000 to some bratty adult just because they think I want to meet with them?
Did you just call me a bratty adult? Why would you ever say something like that about me? We are your family, right? Dad and I.
You are not my daughter, and your dad is nothing more to me than a ghost of my past. You are both strangers to me now, and I will never, ever have you calling me Mom again. My name is Marie, so you better start calling me that, you freak.
What?
If you're in that much of a need for money, how about you get up off your ass and do some work? I get that you choose to be a NEET after graduating high school instead of getting a job or going to college, but I will not have you using your inability to grow the hell up as an excuse for getting money out of me. Now don't ever talk to me again.
Hey, Mom, could you take a couple of minutes to listen to what I have to say now? Right now, the both of us are really in trouble.
Who's this mom you're talking about? And whatever happened to me saying never talk to me again? I get that you never went to study or anything, but you should at least be able to understand a little bit of English, right?
Please stop being such a jerk right now. We are really in some deep trouble at the moment. If we don't get some help now, we won't be able to keep the house we're in anymore, and we will have to become homeless.
Fantastic. And I care why.
You already heard the news, right? That Dad went and quit his job now because he couldn't stand you being his boss? Well, he didn't have any other job lined up before quitting, so now he's jobless too.
Perfect. That's what I like to hear after he came into my office cursing and cussing before he told me he was quitting.
But we already didn't have much money, yet now he's completely jobless. This can't be happening to us. So please, you only have to give us a little bit. Just give us a little bit of money. At least $500 a month would help.
I'm fine giving homeless people some money whenever I come by them, because most of the time, they're trying their best to get back the life they once had. But you and your father, I can't see any reason to want to help two jack-offs who don't do anything besides sit around and do nothing. If things are that bad for you both, then get a job, you freeloader.
How am I supposed to get a job now, though? There is not one place that will hire a high school dropout like me.
What? So you dropped out, huh?
You think I was going to be able to graduate after skipping my whole senior year? I was told to leave that school halfway through my last year.
So you were pretty much expelled then?
All because of my friends that I had at the time. They would always tell me things like, we can't get arrested because we're under 18 and all that. But one day we were all drinking some vodka out by the side of the road when a cop drove by and saw us. He went and took all of us in his cop car and drove us to the police station to have us all arrested. And when they sat us down to ask where all of that alcohol came from, those assholes all blamed me.
Nice.
I was thinking that everyone would be fine because I was still young and going to a private school. But the school had already gone through with all the paperwork to have me expelled, and the officer told me that being 17 years old, I should be responsible for my own actions. I know that I was kind of living a trashy life, but I didn't expect things to go so far. Anyway, right now I've been asked by those guys to go and join them at their part-time job, but I know something is wrong with the work that they're doing, so I can't go and join them. But they all know that I need money right now, and I know I need it as well.
I'm sure whatever it is they're doing isn't okay, so you should say no to them right away.
But they told me if I say no to them, I'll be screwed for the rest of my life. And since they still think of themselves as my friends, they won't let my life be screwed up, so if I say no, they will come and force me to work for them. They keep asking me why I wouldn't want to work with them when we've all been friends for so long. They all know no place else will want to hire me, so I have to go and work with them now. They all want to help me, but I don't want their help.
Looks to me like you've gotten yourself into quite the predicament. If you don't cut them out of your life soon, you're going to have some serious hell to pay. I understand that things were different when you were a teen, but you're an adult now, and you need to start thinking things through seriously. The world is a very tough place, so you have to choose between working with them and making bad money, or saying no and hoping they don't kidnap you.
That is why I'm asking for your help now. I want to get away from all of them, and I need money to do so. I promise to find a proper job afterwards. So please, just give Dad and I a little money to turn our lives around.
Nope. I already told you that my money is only meant for my family. You're both strangers. And not just strangers, but two idiots who threw me out of your lives. So there's nothing I have to do in order to help you both now.
No way.
Now, I'm sure life isn't going to be very fun for you from now on, but that's none of my business. I tried my best to help you back when you should have been going to school and preparing yourself for a life where you wouldn't have to do sketchy jobs in order to make money. But you wanted to be friends with those dangerous kids, and you wanted to skip school to go out and drink with them. And now that you're an adult, you have to learn how to take responsibility for all of your actions, and stop whining to those who have nothing to do with you at all. I'll be going now, and from here on out, please do not talk to my family or I ever again. It seems that Zara was able to get herself away from the group of dangerous young adults, and is now working at a convenience store close to her house. But a lot of those people she left were not happy with her running away, and when they found out where she was working, started to come in and cause all sorts of problems inside the store. Because of them always saying it was her asking them to come in and causing issues, she was fired. And the next job she'd find, she'd get fired from as well because of that group. A long and tiring cycle began for her of being fired, finding a new job, and being fired again because of those delinquents. As for my ex-husband and the life he was now having to suffer through, he was finally able to find himself a new job. However, this new job paid him even less, and he had to work even more to be able to keep paying the bills of his place. He can no longer enjoy the kind of life he once had, and now has to focus on going to work all day and coming home only to sleep a few hours before going back to work. When it comes to myself, I have the luxury of living in a family who truly does love me, where we can all be happy together.
Hey there, sis. Congrats! I heard that you were finally going to be getting married. Not only that, but I heard that the guy you're marrying is super rich too, right? So tell me, how does it feel knowing you're about to score it big and never have to worry about money again?
Hey there, Tina. I'm really glad that you want to congratulate me, but I actually don't have a lot of time to talk right now. In fact, the wedding is going to be starting soon, so I'm just really busy.
Wait a second. You mean to tell me you're busy getting ready for the wedding? What could you possibly be doing? Don't tell me that you're all trying to figure out where the groom is.
Hold on a second. How did you know that we didn't know where Tyler is? We haven't told this to anyone yet.
Is that right? Well, I am just so sorry to interrupt you while you're looking for him, Sally. But I can tell you where Tyler is because he's right here next to me. In fact, we've been together since last night, if you really want to know.
Wait, what? What do you mean by that?
Come on, surely you had to have noticed that he hasn't talked to you since last night, right? The reason for that is because he's been here with me the whole time. And you thought that you two were actually going to be getting married today? I guess that's why you still haven't told anyone that your fiancé has gone missing yet, is that right? Although I suppose I would desperately be searching just like you are if someone as rich as Tyler weren't there on time for his wedding to you.
Now hold on just 1 second, Tina. What do you mean you and Tyler have been with each other since last night? What are you saying? Tyler and I are literally supposed to be getting married soon.
Oh, come on. Are you going to make me come out and say it? Then again, I guess maybe you just haven't noticed that we've been dating in secret behind your back. Not only that, but we're actually going to be the ones getting married today. And that's why I won't be making it over to your wedding today either. I know it's hard to hear, but Tyler is all mine and you can't have him back.
What are you even talking about, Tina? Do you really mean to tell me that you two have been having a secret affair?
But I want you to know that I realize how bad our affair with each other was, and I realize that nobody is going to be happy about us being together. But the truth is that I really truly love this man, and I don't care if anyone tries to get upset about it. It isn't going to change the fact that we love each other.
I can't believe what I'm reading right now. Are you really telling me that you and Tyler love each other?
That's right, and we're going to be getting married in a quiet little chapel. We won't be surrounded by our family and friends, and it won't be a huge celebration. But none of that matters because we have love, and that's all we need. But as for you, I would start telling the people over there that your wedding just isn't going to happen. You can also tell them that the reason why is because I'm marrying Tyler instead.
This has got to be some kind of joke or something. I want you two to get over here right away. If you two are really in love and want to marry each other, then I guess I can't stop you two. But you're gonna come over here and explain to everyone why my wedding won't be happening.
Tempting, but I think it would be more appropriate for the one getting dumped to have to explain to her wedding party why she isn't getting married. Besides, we're busy setting up for our own wedding over here. So I think that I'll just have to ask you to do all of the explaining over there. Thanks for understanding.
Are you kidding me? How could you do this to me?
Oh, come on, it's not that bad. Besides, I already said that I'm sorry for doing this on the day that you were supposed to be getting married, but we want to marry each other and that's that. There's just nothing else to be done or said about it. Anyway, we're going to go get married now, so have a nice life or whatever. Sally, are you there? I hope that you can accept my most serious apologies for my idiot son. I can't believe that he would actually do what he did on the day you two were supposed to be getting married.
Oh, hello, Norma. I really am so sorry about all of this too. I had no idea that him and my sister were seeing each other. I have no idea how long they were even together. I feel like such an idiot.
Oh dear, you don't have anything to apologize for, and you certainly didn't do anything wrong. Do you understand me? The only two responsible for this mess are my son and your sister. But especially Tyler. I can't believe that he would have been such an idiot. So please, you don't have to apologize for anything.
Thank you so much for saying that, Norma. That really means a lot. But I still haven't been able to get in contact with either of them since yesterday. And now I really don't know what to do about the marriage or even my whole life. I still can't believe those two eloped.
Well, there's actually something you might want to know about your Tina and Tyler. You see, they actually came to my house last night.
You're kidding me. You mean even after what they did, they went to your house?
That's right. And here I thought that they were going to confess to everything after what happened, but they just walked through the door like it was nothing. And then Tyler walked up to, gestured to your sister and said that she was his wife now, and that we should get along.
I don't believe it. Did he really do that? Doesn't he realize just how many people he let down doing what he did? I can't believe that those two think they're gonna get away with this.
I know, it really is just shameful. I mean, do they expect me to be happy about this? Tyler told his father and I that we should just be grateful that he's getting married.
Wow. Well, I really just have no idea what's going on in his head if he thinks he can do that.
I suppose we really only have ourselves to blame. After all, Tyler's father and I spoiled him quite a bit when he was younger. And I suppose before we knew it, he just grew up with a grasp of how the real world works. But even so, I didn't think that he'd be stupid enough to go and do something like this. And you should have seen his father. He just about fainted when Tyler came home with your sister.
I don't even know what to say. I'm so sorry. What's going to happen now?
Well, those two are still at my house right now. In fact, although I know this might come as a shock, I think it's a good thing that they've come to live with me. Because now it means that we're in a spot where we can make sure they understand the consequences of their actions.
Well, I am glad that you don't want to just let this go either. I've actually been trying to decide if I want to sue them for their affair. But since they've come back and are living at your house, maybe I should.
I think that you absolutely should take them to court for what they did, and I'll make sure that they stay put and don't try to run away. I know it's not enough to heal your heart, but you should make them pay for what they've done.
Well, I'm just really glad that we're on the same page with all of this. Thank you so much, Norma.
Guess what, Sally? Tyler and I went to the courthouse and we signed all of our marriage certificates. It's official. He's now my husband.
So then that's it. You two are officially married on paper and by the church then? I have to say, you really did steal my fiancé from me, didn't you?
Well, it certainly does help that Tyler was so eager to get it done quickly as well. But don't you have anything to say to me? Maybe a congratulations or something? After all, you do realize that now that I'm the one with Tyler, it means that I'm the one with access to all of his money. So you better remember your place from here on out.
Do you really think I'm going to congratulate you for what you did? You literally just had an affair. In fact, I don't think you two realize that your actions are going to have serious consequences.
Oh yeah, I'm so sure that the real world is going to come down hard on a couple who married for love. Or is this your way of saying that you're going to try suing us for the affair? Because I'll have you know that Tyler is actually prepared to pay whatever it is that we end up getting charged, so you can do your worst.
Tyler really said that he was going to pay? I would really like to see him try.
You mean you don't think that he'll be able to? You know how high up in his company he is, right? He's loaded. He can pay you no problem. And if he can't, then we just ask his parents for help. It's all so simple. I don't care how much you want. You'll never take us down.
You mean you really think that Tyler's parents are going to support you?
You really don't know anything, do you? In fact, Tyler's parents are so happy that he ended up with me and not you.
And just how do you figure that?
Well, because I'm so much cuter than you, of course. And it's clear that Tyler's parents would want me as a daughter-in-law instead of a fat, ugly pig like you. Are you forgetting that I'm a literal beauty queen? Remember when I won that pageant when I was little? Well, I'll tell you now that I could win a second one like it was nothing. And when we got back to Tyler's parents' place, they both congratulated us on our marriage.
I'm sorry. Did you just say that Tyler's parents will approve of your marriage because you won a child's beauty pageant? Do you even have a job right now?
You really just don't understand at all, do you? Then again, ugly people like you seldom do understand what it means to be this pretty. But more than anything, you're clearly just jealous that I'll be getting all of Tyler's money now. It's too bad. You were so close to marrying him, too.
I'm actually glad that this happened. I'm glad that I learned just what kind of man Tyler is before we got married. Now you've saved me the trouble of having to go through a divorce.
Yeah, that is what someone who realizes they've lost would say. I know that in your heart you're still in love with him. But unfortunately for you, you are never ever going to get back together with him. He chose me over you, and that's that. But it only makes sense after all. What's a rich man without a beautiful woman like me on his arm? He'd be making a huge mistake to marry someone like you. All you do is work, 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 and you never have any time to have any fun at all.
I'll have you know that Tyler said he admired how dedicated I was to my job. In fact, the whole reason we got to know each other was by working on a project together. And when we were finally done with the project at work, that's when he proposed to me. I really did think that we were going to be happy and spend the rest of our lives together then.
Oh, I see. You know, I don't think I ever knew that you two actually worked at the same company before. But I suppose that means you also worked for his parents. But that just makes this make even more sense. I mean, obviously, you're not going to meet someone cute at work. I suppose what he saw in you was just a way to get ahead in the office.
Literally, what are you even talking about? You are delusional. Do you know that?
Say what you'd like, but we both know that I've been the cuter one between the two of us, and that's why Tyler left you for me. He told me at that moment he laid eyes on me. He fell deeply in love. And so it doesn't matter how good you were at your job, you still lost to my looks.
Give me a freaking break, Tina. Are you really gonna try to look down on me when you two were the ones having an affair?
Of course I am, and I have to say that it is just too funny watching you get upset over realizing what a loser you really are. But that just gives me all the more reason to look down on you. A fat, ugly woman like you never even had a chance against someone perfect like me. And now I'm going to live in the lap of luxury and never have to worry about working again.
You really don't know anything, do you? What lap of luxury? You think you won't have to work? The only thing awaiting the both of you is a poor life full of hard work. Not only does Tyler not have a job, but he barely even has a penny to his name. So I have no idea where this fantasy of yours even came from. But enjoy facing reality when it all comes crashing down on you.
What in the world are you talking about? You really have no idea about anything at all, do you? Do you really think that he's unemployed and broke? I just married the CFO of a huge company. Don't you know what that means?
That's right. You married someone who works high up in his own father's company. But if you take away the support that he gets from his parents, then what is Tyler really left with?
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the fact that Tyler's parents are disowning and disinheriting him. They're going to take his name off of the family credit card, too.
Wait, hold on. I don't understand. What do you mean they're going to take the family credit card? You're joking, right?
If you don't believe me, why don't you go and ask Tyler yourself? Or you can go and ask your in-laws. I'm sure they'll tell you the truth. You made a big mistake by going to live with his parents, though.
You even know where Tyler and I are? What is going on here?
If you really want to know, it was Norma who told me where you two were hiding out all this time.
I don't get it. Why would she do something like that? Tyler literally asked her not to say anything to you.
Oh, did he now?
That's right. And it's not just that. Norma and her husband literally told us, congratulations on getting married.
They said that we made a great couple. Why would they do this to Tyler? He just got married.
I suppose what they were saying was that you two made a nice couple because you're both as awful as each other.
But you don't think that's what she really meant, do you?
No, it's not all that. Tyler's parents still care for him, and I'm sure they would never try to break up a marriage that he did out of love.
But then, I don't get it. If she approves of me as his wife, then why would his parents do all of this? Why are they cutting him off? I'm going to talk to Norma about this right now. She said that we were allowed to live here. This can't be right at all.
I've finally gotten rid of those two, but man, were they putting up a fight until the very end.
I'm sure that wasn't easy on you, Norma, but I think you did really great. It must have been difficult having those two stay under your roof for even that long.
It really, really was. But can you believe that at the very end, your sister told me I was making a mistake to kick out such a cute daughter-in-law? I told her that I was the only cute wife that needed to be in my house, and then my husband roared with laughter, and that basically sent those two out.
Whoa! I would have liked to see that. I think I've barely seen your husband even emote. He's so stoic.
Yes, he does have his moments. Anyways, as for the many forms for the lawsuit, I would like to pay you the money if that's okay. We kept Tyler's bank account information, so I can take it from there later.
Are you sure about that? That would be amazing. I would really be so grateful if you could.
It really is the least that we can do after all of this. Oh, and by the way, my husband wanted you to know that he's willing to undo your letter of resignation. He was quite sad when you submitted it, but understood why, as his son's wife, you would want to retire. But anyways, if you'd like to have your job back, it's there waiting for you.
Wait, really? Are you serious? I was so sad about quitting, but Tyler kept insisting that I do.
Honestly, the whole office was sad when you had to leave, and it's going to be really, really nice if you're able to return.
Oh, wow! This is amazing! Yes, I would love to go back and work for your company.
Of course, you don't have to come back right away. You've been through so much that we're willing to give you some time off for now. But you just tell us when you think that you're ready to come back to us, okay?
Wow, I don't know what to say. Thank you so much for everything. But yes, I think you're right, and I do need to rest. Just a little.
Well, we'll all be waiting for you to come back with open arms. I can't believe that my idiot son thought to hurt a woman like you. Anyway, I'll let you know when I've sent you the money. Take care of yourself, Sally.
After being fired from his job, Tyler went around to friends and associates begging for anyone to hire him, but his parents had already blacklisted him, and he wasn't going near the industry ever again. Being forced out of his parents' house, Tyler and Tina moved away to a tiny apartment where they tried to scrape by. They ended up having to sell clothes and jewelry just to be able to pay the bills. They both finally gave up on trying to beg his parents for help and ended up finding some work to try and make ends meet and pay back the debt to his parents. Basically, his parents agreed to pay me off for what I would have charged them for the lawsuit for the affair. In exchange, they were not allowed to leave town until they had paid back Tyler's parents. Every last cent. Obviously, this was not the life that my sister thought she would be living. One day, she messaged me, begging to help get her out of the situation. I talked to her for a little bit, but I knew that she was only coming to me because she wanted my help, not because she was truly sorry. In the end, I just blocked not just her number, but Tyler's as well. As for me, I followed Norma's advice and relaxed, trying to take my mind off of all that I had been through. I reached out to my parents and moved in with them for a little. They were happy to have me at home, and it was nice to be reminded of how a family should treat one another. Both of them told me that they'd stopped talking to Tina. I felt bad, but at the same time, I knew that she had done this to herself. After I got some rest, I decided to go back into the office and was greeted with warmth by everyone. They even had a special lunch catered to the office just to commemorate my return. I think I can finally say that I have put this episode behind me, and I'm ready to move forward.
It is high time that you let Allie go. You are way too old for him, you hag. Besides, I'm the only woman in the world who Allie really loves, so just do us all a favor and divorce him. Excuse me? I said that I want you to divorce him. Then I want you to pack up your things and move far, far away. From now on, the two of us are going to be living in this amazing condo all by ourselves. And we certainly don't need an old hag like you hanging around and bringing us down. I'm sorry, but I literally have no idea who you are at all. Are you sure that you aren't sending all of these to the wrong person? Are you kidding me? What is that supposed to mean? Well, it means that I think you're sending these messages to the wrong number. So can you please double check that they're going to the right person? I mean, I don't know who you are, and I don't know anyone named Allie. But I don't think that anyone should be sleeping around with married men, if you want my opinion. Just who do you think you are to talk down to me like that? And I'll have you know that this is the correct number. You are Alexander's wife, Fiona, aren't you? I mean, I know that you are, so I don't get why you're trying to talk down to me. I knew that this was your number, and that's why I'm messaging you. So you listen to me when I say that it's time for you to leave your husband. I mean it. I'm the only person who should be with Allie. Wait a second, are you telling me that Allie and Alexander, as in my husband, are the same person? Did you really message me out of the blue like this just to tell me that you're having an affair with my husband? Now you finally get it. I'm glad that you and I are finally on the same page about this. But I don't understand. I know that Alexander isn't cheating on me. Well, that's the thing. I wouldn't say that he's cheating on you so much as that he's found his true love. I have his heart now, not you. I'm not just some casual fling for him or something like that. We're serious. And that's why you think that he and I need to get divorced? You sure are arrogant for someone who's sleeping with another woman's husband. I mean, do you realize that at the end of the day, you are talking to the wife of the man you want to marry, right? In fact, I don't think I've ever heard of someone telling on themselves quite as badly as you are here. Do you really think that you both are going to get away with this? Oh no, I'm so scared about what you might do to us. What can you really do though? Sue us for the affair? Because if that's what you were planning on doing, we're already prepared to have to deal with that. Wait a second, you mean you're saying this even though you realize you could be sued? You know, I may only be 22 years old, but I have my own personal savings, so just hurry up and leave Allie already. After all, you should know that he's just obsessed with me and doesn't love you anymore, so if it's his money you want, then just hurry up and divorce him and you'll get it. Hey, Alex, are you there? I was just curious if you know a woman named Tammy.
Do I know a woman named Tammy? Why do you ask?
Well, because I just got some messages from this Tammy, and she said that she knew you. In fact, she told me that you two were having an affair and that you really love her. And then she told me that I should divorce you so that she could marry you. Then she went on to say a bunch of things about how you don't love me and all that.
Wait, what? Are you serious? Someone really said that to you?
I'm going to ask you one more time, Alex. Do you know this person or what they're talking about? And if you say you don't, then I want you to know that I'm going to have a look through your study.
Whoa. Oh, you don't have to go and do something like that. I thought I told you that my study was off limits. I know that we're married, but a husband should still deserve to have his own private space.
I understand where you're coming from, but I think that in light of the circumstance, I am still going to do it. After all, the one place I'm not supposed to go would be the best place to hide the proof of your affair from me, don't you think?
Okay, I'll come clean. Yes, I slept around with this Tammy girl. There. Is that what you wanted to hear? I confirmed all your fears about me cheating on you. What do you want to do about it now?
Alex, why are you talking to me like this? I thought that you were done cheating on me. Were you just never going to tell me until I found out about it for myself? You said this wouldn't happen again. And that was only after I caught you in your last affair 6 months ago.
Well, I'm sorry, but you know that I'm just a bit of a chick magnet. It is not my fault that after you told me to stop cheating on you that I met the woman of my dreams.
Woman of your dreams? I am your wife. What does that make me then? Actually, don't answer that. I want a divorce and that's that. If you're still not ready to settle down and get serious, then I don't see why we should stay married to each other.
Are you kidding me? I don't want to divorce you. Why would you say that? I told you the last time that no matter what, I won't divorce you.
Why not? Why stay with me at this point?
Because of my mom. Just think of the shock that it would give her to hear that her son got divorced. You know how highly my parents think of me. You wouldn't want to crush their hopes like that, would you? I mean, I started my own company. I'm a big success. I just don't know what hearing that we're getting divorced because I cheated on you would do to them. I could just see my mom fainting right on the spot.
If you really care about your mom that much, then why would you go and do things that would cause her to do that? In fact, I think that if anything, your mom would probably just let you get away with this. But I can't believe that I let myself be fooled into staying with a cheater like you.
Oh, come on. You know that isn't my fault. I'm a man. What else am I supposed to do when a cute young lady starts flirting with me? I just can't help myself when they are practically serving themselves up on a platter for me.
I can't believe that you are actually talking about women in this way.
Well, look, if you want to try and divorce me, then do your best. But the fact is that we've been together since I started my company. We've been through so much, so many hard and difficult times when I was still getting it off the ground. The only reason I slept around was because I needed a way to blow off steam. And think of the risk that I was taking with my own reputation doing something like that.
You always do this, Alex. You always justify away whatever you do that hurts me.
I don't justify it. It was justified. Do you have any idea the stress that being a company president with hundreds of workers comes with? Do you know how much pressure you feel when you have that many people counting on you to lead and provide for them? Do you have any idea how much the success of my company is riding in my image as a family man who knows how to work hard?
So you're saying that your whole company is built on a lie? Sure, you might work hard, but you cheat on your wife and always need your mom to be there for you. I mean, your mom still actually writes your name on all the pairs of underwear that you have.
And just what business of that is yours, huh? So what if I still really love my mom? I think that's a good thing.
And then you made me do the laundry and wash that underwear, which you probably cheated on me in.
Okay, fine then. If that's what you're upset about, I'll take my clothes to my mom to wash them. Will that make you happy?
Did you seriously just ask me that?
Look, Fiona, I'll break up with Tammy, okay? I don't think there's anything more to say about it. I'll buy you some nice jewelry as a way of saying sorry, okay? Then you're going to forgive me for what I've done, and that will be that.
Hey, how come you and Allie haven't gotten a divorce yet? Just how long are you going to keep me waiting, huh? Wait, what? I thought that Alex broke up with you. What in the world are you talking about? There's no way he would ever do that. He just told me that we'd have to spend some time apart because you found out about us. But he told me that he still loves me and I still love him. I don't believe this. So he just lied to me about all of that? The only one who needs to break up with him is you so that Allie and I can finally be together. I'm the only woman that he loves. And the proof that he loves me is in his baby that I'm carrying inside of me now. So just get lost already. Hold on a second. Are you telling me that you're pregnant with Alex's baby? Of course I am. And now maybe you finally understand just how serious I am about this. Maybe now you'll finally understand that he doesn't love you. In fact, our anniversary is next month, and that's when I was going to make the announcement to my friends and family about the baby. Well, I guess this must mean that Alex doesn't know either. Of course, but you must understand how great of a thing it is to have a baby of a man you love, right? Oh, wait, oops, you don't have any kids from Alex. Oh, I guess you don't know what it's like. I actually can't believe you two still have no kids after all this time. Though I suppose it's just more proof that he doesn't love you. Actually, if you must know, we both agreed not to have kids yet since we're concentrating on our salaries. It has nothing to do with love or anything like that at all. But you two still haven't had a kid yet, isn't that right? Doesn't that prove that I'm the woman he loves the most? How does that even work? I just know this little baby wants to come out and meet his father, so why don't you realize that you're not wanted and leave us all alone already? Why can't you just let the three of us live together in peace? I have a lot of things that I want to say to you, but I don't think it's fair for you to involve this baby. It's done nothing wrong at all. Of course it hasn't. That's why you should just disappear before it's born. We'll pay you $50,000 for our affair for you to just go already. You mean you two are really prepared to pay me $50,000 over this? If that's what it'll take to get rid of you, that's what I'm prepared to spend. I've already sold all the nice gifts that Alexander bought me. So you're really going to bankrupt yourself for this guy? Are you sure about this? Of course I'm sure about this. After all, Allie is the super rich president of a company. I'll be living in the lap of luxury once you're gone and we're married. He's even going to move us into a really, really fancy condo once we're together. So in the grand scheme, $50,000 is really nothing. Wow, is he really promising all of that to you? Why wouldn't he promise all that and more to the woman of his dreams? Do you finally get it? That you're not wanted? That you lost to me? So why don't you just take this money and finally leave Allie? Then we can finally be married and be a happy family. You really think you're going to be happily married to a man without a job? What do you mean by that? I mean that as of today, I imagine that Alexander is no longer the president of his company. Tomorrow, he'll probably be officially fired, but I imagine he's already lost the job. So if you want a man like that, be my guest. Wait, I don't understand. What do you mean? He's not the company president anymore. Oh, don't worry. You just wait for me to divorce him. Now that he's lost his job, his mom should be pressuring him into signing those divorce papers. I still don't understand what you're talking about. What is going on here? How could Alexander have lost his job? You do know that he was elected to that position by the board of directors, right? And you do know that they gather at regular meetings to discuss how to run the company, right? Well, the rest of the board probably voted to oust Alexander, and now he's out of a job. But that can't be right. Actually, Alexander's mom is one of the largest stockholders, and I'm sure she did a lot to sway people's minds. So anyways, congrats on stealing my no-good unemployed husband from me. No, this can't be happening. I refuse to accept this. It can't be right. Why did all of this have to happen to Allie now? Don't tell me that he's being fired just for having an affair with me. That can't be right. How could someone be fired for something they did outside of work? That's got to be illegal. Nothing was done illegally. The board of directors, including his mom, all voted on it as per the charter of the company. He's been company president for over 6 months. After that, the board is allowed to call a vote on letting him keep that position. The company charter has no rules about how the board must vote or what they should base it on. I don't believe this. And of course, these days companies are so much more strict about compliance with standards and all. Besides, no company wants their president to be known as a cheater. Just think of all the bad PR that would make for them. I know that Alexander looks good on the surface, but he's a mess just beneath. And once the board found out about his affair that he was carrying on behind my back, well, I think they were all quite shocked to find out the truth. But, don't they understand? He was only doing it because he found the person he truly loved. I'm not just some fling. I'm the woman of his dreams. What we have between us is pure love, and nobody can tell me otherwise. I am literally pregnant with his child right now. Do you want to try giving all of those excuses to my parents? Or maybe you should tell that to his mom and she would change her vote. What do you mean? Why should I talk to your parents? Well, you just might be interested in talking to them since they are the other 2 largest shareholders in the company after Alex's mom. Not only that, but the 3 of them represent the majority of the shares in the company. Wait a second. So you're telling me that Allie's largest investors are his mom, followed by your parents? This doesn't make any sense at all. I told you that Alexander only really seemed like a catch on the surface. And as much as he likes to talk about how successful he is now, it wasn't always like that. In fact, to get his startup capital, he had to go to his mom and my parents for the money that he needed. So that's why all of your parents are the majority shareholders in his company? I don't even know what to say to that. Well, there's not much to say anyways. It's just the truth, and that's that. And his mom ended up with another big chunk of shares because Alexander's just a little mama's boy. What do you mean by that? What do you mean he's a mama's boy? I've never noticed that about him. Well, you've been talking about how you're the woman that Alex loves most in the world, but you completely forgot about his mom. In fact, when we've gone to visit his parents, I know that Alex will get in the bath with his mom. She even writes his name on his underwear. Wait, what? Are you serious? What the heck? That's so weird. And that's the man that you want to marry, the father of your children. Isn't that great? I'm sure you all will make such a lovely family.
Hey, what the heck is your deal? How could you do this to me? How could you tell my mom that I cheated on you? Not only that, but you even had to run and tattle to your own parents as well? Did you know that they all voted me out of being company president?
And just when did I say that I wasn't going to tell anyone about your repeated cheating on me, huh? Why in the world shouldn't I have gone to tell our parents all about what you did?
Do you have any idea what you've done?
If you think that you're upset, just think about how upset I was when I got a message from Tammy telling me you two hadn't broken up.
Wait, what? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the fact that you told her you two just needed to lay low for a little bit since I found out about you both. Did you really think that I was just going to let that pass without acting at all?
But, why is this time different? You never cared at all the other times that you found out that I was cheating on you.
I never forgave you for what you did to me, but what I did was trust that you wouldn't do it again, and that was my mistake. I just assumed that you'd be able to figure out the consequences of doing what you were doing in your position as company president. After all, I assumed that you hadn't forgotten about the fact that it was our parents who set up your company to begin with. But after realizing there was no point in trusting you anymore, I realized I was finally free to speak the truth.
But you spoke the truth and it got me fired. Now my mom is trying to force me to sign our divorce papers.
Good. Hurry up and do that. Then go and find a job so that you can take care of your child that's on the way.
Child? What child? What are you talking about?
Are you kidding me? You mean to tell me that Tammy still hasn't told you the big news yet? Well, I'm sorry to break it to you, but Tammy is pregnant and she tells me that you're the father.
No, this can't be happening. How did it all come to this? What's going on?
Oh, don't worry. I was also quite shocked when I heard the news as well. But anyways, wish all three of you the best in your lives. As for me, well, I'll just wait for you to sign those divorce papers, sue you for the affair, and finally be rid of both you and Tammy.
Wait, no, please. You can't do this to me. Not after all we've been through. I know that I screwed up by not breaking up with Tammy when I said that I would. I really will this time.
You mean you'd abandon your own child to be raised by Tammy alone?
No, please. You have to forgive me. I know that we can find a way out of this.
You just don't get it, do you? There is no we anymore, Alexander. There is only you. And whether or not you want to go and be with Tammy and your child or not is up to you. But no matter what you choose, just leave me out of it, okay?
Fiona, please. We can still work this out. Come back, please. I'm begging you. Fiona? Hello? Are you even reading this anymore?
After that, I followed through with my word and sued both Alex and Tammy for the affair they were having behind my back before Tammy exposed it all to me. In the end, I got a total of $40,000 from them both. Alexander, now unemployed, ran to his mom to try and ask her for help paying such a huge amount, but his mother was so disappointed in him that she said she never wanted to see him again. I heard that Alex nearly fainted on the spot right there. Instead, Alex made Tammy pay the full amount, promising that he'd stay with her and help raise the baby. He quickly found a job at a nearby grocery store and has been working hard to provide for them both. I have no idea what either of them are up to now, though. I blocked both their numbers, and I imagine that they've both been too busy to even have the time to think about me with a new baby. But that works out just fine for me. I just hope that Tammy never has to go through what I went through with Alex, especially considering that the two of them have a child now. But that's none of my business. Hey, Brittany, are you there? I just wanted to let you know that I finally made up my mind and I'm going to be moving in to take care of your mom.
Wait, what? Sorry, Miranda, what do you mean by that?
Well, I know that your dad got really sick and passed away so suddenly, and I'm sure that your mom is just really lonely right now. So I want to be a good daughter-in-law and move in with her to make sure she's taken care of. I'm sure she'll be more than happy to be in my care as well.
Yeah, I'm sure she would be happy to know how eager you are to take care of her. But I'm already living at home with my mom, so I really don't think you need to trouble yourself by moving in. Besides, my brother is still away on a business trip and hasn't come back yet. So I think you might just want to wait for him to get back, so you don't feel overwhelmed with my mom.
Oh, come on. What are you so worried about? Look, I've already arranged for my things to be moved there next week, so I'll see you then.
Hold on a second. You're going to be moving in here with my mom and I next week?
Well, of course. No time like the present, right? Although there is just one condition I need to make. I'll be living with your mom, but not with you. So could you pack your things up and move out for me? Otherwise, I just don't think there will be enough room.
What in the world are you talking about?
I'm talking about the fact that I want you to just leave taking care of your mom to me, okay? You don't have to worry about anything else. I'll be sure to take care of her very well and make sure she has everything that she might need to be comfortable. You should see this as an excuse to finally move out of your parents' house and concentrate on your life. I mean, you can't just leech off your mom for the rest of her life, you know?
Wait a second. You think I'm leeching off my mom? I'll have you know that I don't ask her for anything at all.
Well, either way, you're old enough that there's no good reason why you should still be living with your mom like this. How about you go out and find a real job and learn to stand on your own 2 feet, huh? You can't just take your mom's retirement money as your allowance anymore.
I don't do any of that. And I do stand on my own 2 feet, thank you very much.
Look, I know what your little plan is. You're trying to just live at home so that you can live off your mom's retirement and what your dad left your mom. But I'm not going to let that happen. If you think you can take your dad's money like that for yourself, you've got another thing coming.
Mom, you and I need to have a little talk because I just heard some crazy news from Miranda.
Oh, are you talking about how Miranda's going to be moving in?
So you knew that this was going on and you didn't tell me at all? I only just found out about it now from Miranda herself. I'm glad she wants to be there for you, but she wants me to move out. She thinks I'm some kind of recluse shut-in who wants to leech your money from you.
You're kidding me. Oh, I had no idea that she would try and kick you out of the house. Obviously, there's no need at all for you to go and do that. I'll talk to Miranda about this and tell her that if she plans on trying to get rid of you, that I don't need her to move in with me after all. In fact, I already tried to turn her down once, but I guess she wasn't listening.
You mean you already tried to tell her that she doesn't need to move in?
Of course I told her that. I mean, you're already living here with me, so why would I need her here as well? I told her that it really was fine and that she didn't need to trouble herself by doing that. I thought I made it clear how grateful I was to have you looking over me already, but I never would have guessed that she would just tell you you had to move out.
So you already told her no, but she's still trying to have her way? I guess that explains why she waited until the very last minute to try and get me to move out. She told me that she plans on moving in here next week.
Miranda's going to be moving in my house next week? Well, this is the first that I'm hearing about this.
I assumed that she hadn't told you, but I guess this just confirms it.
Honestly, what is that girl thinking? Why does she have to behave this way towards you? Doesn't she know how cruel that is to try and kick you out?
Well, I don't care what she thinks is going to happen. But why does she even want to move in with you now of all times? It's not like she ever comes around to even visit with you. And neither of us have been able to reach Jake at all since he left on his business trip.
That's right. Your brother has been away, and meanwhile Miranda's all but ignored us. She wasn't even at your father's funeral, and yet the last time we talked, she was asking me about when she would get her portion of the inheritance. I think that she's just trying to get closer to me so that she can try and get her hands on that money.
But even if she wanted what Dad might have left you, it's not like we're that rich to begin with. Doesn't she realize that moving in with you would be a lot more work than the money she'd get from you?
About that. You see, I assume that you know that your father is invested in some stocks, right? Well, those belong to you now. I don't really know how it all works, but your dad made some investments in a bunch of different places. I guess that's where he got all of those coupons and vouchers.
You mean like the times that he would have vouchers for restaurants and hotels and stuff?
Yes, those kinds of things. You remember how your dad would always like to treat us. Of course, he got quite lonely after your brother went to go and study abroad. That's why he would always insist on going to eat as a family when Jake was in town.
I had no idea that that's where Dad was getting all of those vouchers from, though.
Well, anyways, as he got older, your dad went to eat out less and less, but if he was getting all of those vouchers, we can only imagine what he was investing in.
You mean to say that you think he was actually sitting on quite a bit of money this whole time?
Yes, but I was giving some of those vouchers to Miranda just because I couldn't use them all, and apparently that's why she thinks that I actually have all the money. I tried explaining to her that she had it all wrong, but she just insisted that I was hiding money from her so that I could give it all to you.
So that's what this is all about. She thinks that you might be sitting on all kinds of nice expensive stocks, and that's why she wants to move in so badly.
Yes, I think that's what's going on, but I'm so sorry to get you involved. I tried calling Jake to ask him to speak to Miranda about her behavior, but it's so difficult to get a hold of him since he's away.
Well, I think that this time of year he's actually really busy with work, isn't he? And since our afternoon is night there, the time just isn't good to call.
I know, but I don't know if I can wait until he's finally back home to be able to talk to him about this. And so I think we'll just have to deal with Miranda ourselves.
Well, don't worry, Mom. You're not alone. I know that Jake is far away, but I'm still here for you. I'm sure that we can think of a way to deal with her. But you've had a stressful enough time dealing with the funeral and the estate management and all of that, so you just rest for now.
I won't lie, I'm quite tired and I really don't want to deal with this.
Well, I would really love to take you out to eat somewhere nice. Just like old times, Mom. Maybe we could talk a little bit about this while we eat.
Hello there. I see that you haven't packed up any of your things at all yet. I thought I told you that I wanted you out of the house before I got here, didn't I? Well, I'm here, so get out.
Oh, Miranda, you're already here. I actually can't believe that you actually came.
Why are you so surprised? I told you that I was going to be moving in with your mom, didn't I? So why don't you pack up your bags and beat it already?
You know, I was talking with my mom, and she told me that she told you not to move in with her. So it sounds to me like you're making this decision on your own, against my mom's wishes.
Yeah, your mom did say no, but I know she was only doing that to try and run cover for you. Obviously, she wouldn't agree to something that involved kicking you out of the house. But I know that she secretly really wants this to happen, and so that's why I'm going to just take matters into my own hands.
Are you serious? Do you really think that's okay?
Oh, don't worry. If you don't like it, you can talk to your brother about it when he gets back here in 2 years. But the point is that I am much more suited to be taking care of your mom than you are. Honestly, you all should be so grateful for what I'm doing for you. Like helping you finally get the courage to move out of this house like I've been telling you to.
For the last time, I am not the recluse that you think I am. But I do know that you're nothing but a gold digger. You're pretending to do this for my mom, but it's so obvious you're only interested in the money my dad left behind.
How could you say that about me? What is the matter with you? Do you really think that I would just do that? Just because you're a leech on your mom doesn't mean I am as well. So how about you quit projecting what you're actually doing onto me, who isn't doing anything at all? Now just hurry up and move out so that I can take your place living with your mom. You've been living here for free long enough. Now it's my turn for the easy life. And since I'm going to be taking care of your mom, you should know that I'll be expecting to be paid for my work as well.
You want to be paid for living with my mom? What do you want, like $2,000 a month?
Only $2,000 a month? I will be taking care of your mom 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. I think that you're going to have to come up with something a bit more impressive than a measly $2,000 a month. I want at least $100,000 a year for the work that I'll be doing taking care of your mom.
Honestly, why don't you just say that you're after my dad's money? It would be more honest at this point.
You have no idea what you're talking about. I am not trying to steal anything. I'm only trying to make sure that I am fairly compensated. I'm not doing anything with this at all.
I mean, this is literally just 1 or 2 steps away from money laundering at this point.
I'm telling you that I'm not after your family's money, but if I am going to be taking care of your mom, then isn't it only fair that I get paid for all my efforts? Why do you think I went through the trouble of bringing my mom here as well?
Hold on a second. Are you telling me that you and your mom are going to be moving in here?
Of course. I have figured that your mom could use another old woman in the house to chat with, so I brought my mom along to keep her company. You see, it's not just me. It's me and my mom coming to move in.
I really don't know what to say to that at all.
Well, the thing is that my mom's old apartments are marked for demolition, so I needed to find a new place where she could live anyways. This is kind of like getting 2 birds with 1 stone when you think about it. So not only am I moving in, but I'm also bringing in a friend for your mom. That's more than you can say that you've done for her, isn't it? Besides, your mom's house is so big that there is plenty of room for the three of us.
I really just don't even know what to say to you anymore.
How about you tell me that you have finally started packing your things and that you're getting ready to leave? Because I want to give your room to my mom.
You really want me out of the house badly, don't you? This really is about more than just my dad's money, isn't it?
Let's just say I'm so glad to have come over while you and your mom are out. You've made taking the house from you so much easier.
I'm sorry, but you stepping into this house is the closest you're going to get to what you want.
And just how are you going to stop me from doing anything when I'm already here and you're nowhere to be found, huh? You can't do anything to me. I have all the power here. And if you're not going to come back here and get your things, then I'll just have to throw them out myself. I'll leave you with nothing.
Okay, fine. I'll be out of the house by the end of the day.
Finally, I knew that you'd see reason soon enough. Now hurry up and leave the house already, you no-good little parasite.
But you should know that I'm going to be taking my mom with me, and you'll never see either of us again.
What in the world are you even talking about?
I'm talking about the fact that we're not at home right now, because we're looking at a new place to move into. We're going to move into a new home.
Now, hold on for 1 second. I never asked you to take your mom with you. You're the only one that I want to move out of here. Why do you have to take your mom with you too?
Because I talked to my mom about this, and this is what she wants. She told me that she didn't want to live with someone who tossed her daughter out on the street.
But you're the one dragging your own mom out of her own home over this. I mean, I bet that you're forcing your mom to pay for your new home right now, aren't you? You're always saying how I'm after your family's money when you're the one that's really trying to use it all up so there's nothing left. Well, how about I call the cops and report the elder abuse that's going on right now?
You are more than welcome to call whoever you want about this. There isn't going to be anything you can do at all. And just why would you go and annoy the police with something stupid like this anyways? By the way, you should know that my mom is here with me. In fact, she has something she'd like to say to you.
Hello there, Miranda. I'm so sorry that we couldn't have this conversation face to face.
Wait, hold on. Is that really you? Now, look, let me explain. I understand how you feel about your daughter, but I think that we need to step back and really think about this rationally, right? I mean, can't you see she's just using you for your money? She's nothing but a parasite.
I'm sorry to burst your little bubble, but if anyone is a parasite here, I'm afraid that it's me. You see, I wouldn't be able to live without all of the help Brittany gives to me. She's even being kind enough to pay for this new place that we're moving into, so why would I turn down this chance to avoid living with you and your mom?
Wait, what do you mean Brittany is going to be paying for the new house?
I know, isn't it so exciting? We're going to be moving into this lovely condo. I've always wanted to try living in a place like this.
Hold it. You all are going to be moving into a condo together? But I don't get it. How could a little weirdo shut-in like Brittany be able to afford a place like that?
I suppose you really have no idea about what it is that my daughter does to make a living. She's a day trader who learned all of her tricks from her father. And I think that if I'm not mistaken, she takes him about $200,000 a year as profit.
Wait, what? You're telling me that the reason Brittany spends so much time at home is really because she's trading stocks?
Yes, it is quite funny, isn't it? My son wants to travel all over the world to make a living, and my daughter prefers to make it from the comfort of her home. I still think it's so funny just how different my children ended up from each other.
But then, what about those vouchers that you gave me earlier? I thought you said that you got vouchers from your late husband and that you couldn't use them all.
Well, that's correct. I did used to get vouchers from my husband, but now I get them from Brittany. But I still can't use them all, and so I gave some to you as well. I suppose you thought that both Brittany and I were just living off of what my late husband left for us, didn't you?
But, I mean, I thought that you were hiding a bunch of money from me. And if you're getting vouchers from places where you're investing, then that must mean you have a lot of money with them.
Yes, well, I used up all the money that my husband left me quite a bit ago. I only have a few stocks of his that I haven't sold yet. But otherwise, Brittany has basically been using all her own money to take care of me. After all, I really only get my retirement money now, and that's hardly enough to live off of. But you should also know that since I'm going to be moving out, I'm planning on selling the house as well. We were going to send movers to take our stuff from there to our new place, though.
Wait, you were going to sell the house? But then, where are my mom and I supposed to live?
Well, that really isn't my problem, dear. But anyways, don't touch any of my belongings or else I'll know. Anyways, sounds to me like you've got some apartment hunting to do as well. Good luck.
After, my mom and I moved into our new place. We finally got a hold of Jake. He asked us why our background looked different, and we were finally able to explain to him about what we'd been through and why we moved into a new condo. Jake was so embarrassed about how Miranda treated us that he divorced her from abroad. Miranda did her best to try and fight the process, but with worrying about finding a new place for her and her mom and finding a new job to be able to take care of them, she agreed to divorce for a small settlement fee. It was barely enough to cover the down payment on their new apartment, however. Obviously, this isn't how I wanted things to go down between Miranda and my family, but I'm just glad that I was able to protect my mother and myself, and that Jake seems to be okay with the divorce now that he understands who his wife really is.